Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Your CSAT 24 paper is over, and in this particular video I am going to solve all the maths and reasoning questions. If you really look at 24 paper, it is comparatively easy only when you compare it with 23, but if you look at independently, I would call it as a moderate difficulty level paper. UPSC has basically gone back to how it used to bring out paper for CSAT in 21-22. This paper is about that level of difficulty, which is good because then if someone has really studied, they will easily pass this particular question paper. But if someone has not studied, then they may still find it difficult to pass this particular paper. Okay, couple of things that are noted is that the comprehension was little more difficult than 23. That's my assessment. However, maths and reasoning were comparatively easier than 23. In comprehension, some paragraphs were really very difficult. The options that were given were really very vague and can be debated. So you may find that different people are giving different answers for some of those comprehension questions. I would call it as a difficult section as compared to 23 ka comprehension section. Another thing which is observed is that permutation and combination, which was the focus area for 23, is not at all present in 24. UPSC has completely done away with that. Doesn't mean that it will do the same next year. So it still remains an important topic to study. Out of 56, 53, 54 questions that are in maths and reasoning, maths is a focus area. So there are 46 to 47 maths question and around 9 to 10 reasoning questions. So maths remains important. Lot more questions on number system. So that remains a important area for all of you to study, because in number system the variety of questions that can be asked is very large. So you really don't know what is in store for 2025. So number system remains an important area to study for CSAT. And the last thing which I can say is that UPSC has covered various wide range of topics in maths and reasoning, especially in maths. So right from number system to profit and loss to percentages, there are a lot more questions than they ask in previous years. They have mixed it with different types of questions though, but basically those are percentages questions. And other topics like time and work, etc. Right? So there is a wide variety of questions or topics which are covered in 24 as far as maths is concerned. So that's in nutshell how the paper was. All the students have found it easy to moderate. Someone who has not prepared well or enough might have find it a difficult paper still. So in this particular video, I'm going to solve all the maths and reasoning questions of this 24 CSAT question paper. Tomorrow, I'm going to release a video which is on comprehension questions. So don't forget to watch that as well. Let us start with the first question for today. Let x be a two-digit number and y be another two-digit number. So let us say x is equal to AB and y is equal to BA. We have done this n number of times. Formed by interchanging the digit of x. If x plus y is equal to greatest two-digit number. So greatest two-digit number is 99. So x plus y is 99. That means AB plus BA is equal to 99. Correct? Now typically with this interchanging of digit kind of questions, we will solve by AB is equal to 10A plus B and BA is equal to 10B plus A. And then we will solve this. However, in this question, even that is not required in my opinion, right? Because look at this. This simply is AB plus BA is 99. What you really need to do is that you need to just find two numbers. So if you take 1 and 8 here, you get 8 and 1 here, because both places you want 9, right? So basically you have to find values of A and B whose sum is 9. Right, and then you reverse that, you still get a sum as 9. So one combination is 1 and 8, another is 2 and 7, third is 3 and 6, 4 and 5, 5 and 4, 6 and 3, 7 and 2, 8 and 1. Right, you can't take 9 because then it would become 0. So this number cannot be 0, 9. Right, it is a two-digit number. Another thing to be noted is that you can reverse 1 2 3 4, and then you can actually take 5 here, although 5 has appeared here. The reason for that is they have not said whether x is bigger or y is bigger, right? So if they say x is bigger, then these are the 4 numbers. If they say x is smaller, then these are the 4 numbers, but they have not mentioned anything like that. You can take all the 8 numbers and your answer to this question is D. Okay, so this is a relatively easy question on interchanging of digit. Next one, weight of 6 boys, so I'll start writing, is equal to weight of 7 girls is equal to weight of 3 men is equal to weight of 4 women. If the average weight of the women is 63 kilos, so women ka weight is 63 kilos, that's the average weight, then what is the average weight of the boys? Simple, right? So the total weight, if average weight of 4 women is 63, so the total weight is 63 into 4. How many boys are there? That is the weight of 6 boys. So boys ka average is equal to 63 into 4 by 6. That's 42. Extremely easy question on averages. That's option number B. Okay, let us go to the next one. How many times the hour hand and the minute hand coincide in a clock between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.? This is also one of the easier question, I would say, because if you really take this clock, right, then I will draw 11 here. So 10 a.m. is what? 10 a.m. is this, right? Now when this hand, the hour hand goes to 11, then this would have taken one rotation. So between 10 to 11 you will find one crossing, right? Or one time it will coincide, both the hands will coincide. Then 11 is this, right? Then exactly at 12 o'clock they will be on each other, so that's another one. Now between 12 and 1, right, the 12, let me erase this. So this is 12 o'clock, these both are on each other. Now between 12 and 1 this will start moving fast, and then this will start moving slow. So at 1 o'clock hour hand will be here, whereas minute hand will be here. So between 12 to 1 they will not cross, correct? However, between 1 to 2 they will again cross, because this will overtake our hand somewhere between 1 and 2. So this is 1. So between 10 to 2 they will cross 3 times. Simple question, simple answer A. Let us go to the next one. The calendar for the year 2025 is same for. This is, repeated question. I think couple of times in 2029 and 2021 they have asked this question exactly in the same way. So you know that the calendar gets repeated if you divide the number first 2 digit by 4. If the remainder is 1, it gets repeated after 6 years, right? So 2025 will get repeated after 6 years, that is 2031. That's your answer, option C. Okay, now if you do not know this, okay, then you can do a manual calculation. So you know that the first option is 29, this is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. There would be 365 days here. So let us say on 1st January there is a Monday here. So 365, 365, 365, 366, because this is leap year. And on 1st January 29, you can add all these numbers, divide by 7 and see what day comes. It will not be Monday. So then you try for Thursday by adding another 365 and 1 by another. You will get your answer here, where this Monday is repeated here. Okay. Another thing that you may know is that if this year starts with Monday, then this will start with Tuesday, and this is Wednesday, and this is Thursday. Now this is a leap year, so one more day will get skipped, so this will start with Saturday, will be Sunday, and this will be Monday. Okay, so you need to remember this. Remember to skip the leap year. So here it will not be Friday, it will be Saturday, because in 28 there will be 366. So these are some of the concepts. This is one of the easiest question that you can call on calendar. Answer is C 2031. Next one. Let PQRS be distinct positive integer. Let P and Q be odd and R and S be even. Which of the statement given above is correct? P minus R bracket square into QS. So you can see S here, and S is actually an even number. So anything multiplied by even number will be even. Here also you can see S. So this number also will be even number. Now here Q plus R. So Q is odd and R is even. So Q plus R will be actually odd, right? Odd ka square, odd into odd will be odd, right? And P plus S is odd plus even, so that will also be odd. So now this odd multiplied by this odd, right? So odd into odd will be odd. So this statement is also correct. All the statements are correct. So answer is option number D, right? Simple. Let us go to the next one. What is the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand when the clock shows 4:25? This is another easiest question. There is a simple formula, 11m minus 60h by 2, right? So m is minutes, so this is 11 into 25 minus 60 into hours. Hours is 4 divided by 2. This is equal to 250, 275 plus 240 divided by 2. So this is 35 divided by 2, which is 17.5. Simple question, simple answer. Option is C, 17.5 degree. Okay. If not, you can draw the diagram and find the angle. You know that this entire thing is 360 degree. Between these two numbers, it will be 30 degrees for every mark within those two numbers. So those are 5 marks. So that is 6 degree between those two marks. Okay. So looking at this, you can even manually calculate. You will find that it is 17.5 degree. But this formula you must remember always. It is easiest way to do such problem. Next one. Consider the sequence A dash B C D dash BB CD ABC dash DABC dash D. Now you can see that here BB is repeated, right? And then BB CD and then again ABC. So there is something is ending here and ABC is starting here. Here also ABC is starting. So this is ending here. Now here also it is ending with D. So now you can see that there are 5 letters, 5 letters, 5 letters, and DA, DA, DA you can find. So here obviously DA, here AB. No, it is not AB. See here BB is repeating, AB, CCD, right? And ABC, DD. Because here B is not repeating, so it is not ABB, ABB, CD, ABB, CD. Right? Here B is not repeating. So C, after C there is a gap, that means C is repeating. Here before D there is a gap, that's why D is repeating. That's why here A is repeating. So it is AABCD, ABBCD, ABCCD and ABCDD. So it is AACD. That's your answer, option number. Okay, very easy pattern to identify. Next one, two persons P and Q enter in a business P and Q. P puts 14,000 more than Q. So this is 14,000 more. Let us say Q has put Q. Then this is 14,000 more than Q. But P has invested for 8 months and Q has invested for 10 months. So from PYQs, we know that their profit will be shared in the ratio of capital into duration. P's capital into duration and Q's capital into duration. Okay. Now what it says about profit, if P's share is 400 more than Q's share out of the total profit of 2000. So the total profit is 2000 and that means they have to divide this. The difference is 400 and P is bigger. So P minus Q is 400. Right? If you do this, then you will get 2400. That means P is equal to 1200 and Q is equal to 800. This is their profit distribution. Okay. What is the capital contributed by T? So as we said, the profit divided between P and Q will be in the ratio of capital into duration and capital into duration. So P's capital into duration divided by Q's capital into duration is equal to share of profit and Q's share of profit, right? This bracket. Okay, so that is easy. This is gone. This is 2 and 3, correct? This is 4 and 5. So this is 5Q into 3, 15Q is equal to 4Q. Sorry, this is 2 will go here. So this is 8Q is plus 8Q plus 14,000 to 8. So this is 15Q minus 8Q is 7Q. This 7 we will take here. So this is 14,000 into 8 divided by 7. That is 2000 into 8. That is 16,000. Q is equal to 16,000. We got a value of Q. Now what it says, that P's share is 14,000 plus Q, that is 30,000. That's your answer, option A. Okay. Now if you are not comfortable to do these kind of calculations, then you have to basically put the options and see. Start with the simpler and complete number, which is 30,000. Thankfully it is the first option, but I would still kind of think that it should be only last resort if you are not comfortable to do this kind of calculation, right? You can always put the options and see whether 30,000 meets the criteria that they are talking of. That means if each share is 30,000, then Q share is 16,000, and then see whether it actually is in the ratio P by Q. We know that P by Q is basically 1200 by 800 is 30,000 by 60. Okay, 30,000 into 8 months divided by 16,000 into 10 months. Okay, so this you will find that it actually should be P and so 8 to, so this is 30,000 by 20,000, which is matching, right? So by putting the option you can find this, but imagine this option is the D option, then it will take much longer for you to do that. So this is the best way to quickly solve it. Let us go to the next one. If P's salary is 20% lower than Q's salary, which is 20% lower than our salary. So our salary is highest, right? Then there is a Q's salary, and then there is a P's salary. This is 20%, 20% lower. You can do it in multiple ways. You can consider this as 100, 20% lower, that is 80, then 20% lower, 20% of 80, that is 16. Okay, so 80 minus 16 is 64. Now what is the question? By how much percent our salary more than Pete's salary? So 100 is what percentage more than 64? Now the difference between them is 36. 36 is what percent more than 64? So your base is 64. As I have always been saying that in percentage questions, taking the right base is extremely important. If you solve this, then this is 9, this is 16, and this basically correct. And then it's, so this is 9 6 are 54 plus 2.25, right? That is 56.25, and that's your answer, option number B. The number is mistakenly divided by 4 instead of multiplying by 4. So this was right and this was wrong, right? So this is the right answer, which is 400. This is the wrong answer, which is 25. Now the question is, what is the percentage change in the result due to this mistake? What is the percentage change in the result? So percentage change is basically 375. I mean the total change is 375 because the right answer is this and wrong answer is this. Percentage change would be on 400 the change is 375. So on 100 the change would be 375 by 4. That is equal to 4 9s are 36, 4 3s are 12, 3 4 7s are 4 5. Okay, that's your answer, option number D. Extremely easy question, but important is to take the right base again, right? I mean you can take anything here. Instead of 100 you can take 1, which will become 4. Here it will become 1 by 4, which will become 0.25. The difference will be 3.75. So you will basically do this, which is same as this. Okay, so any number you take, it will still give you the right answer. Let us go to the next one. In an examination, it is one of the very simple question on Venn diagram. In an examination, 80% of the students passed English, 70% of the student passed Hindi. So this is English, this is Hindi. 80% pass Hindi, 70% pass, and 15% failed in both the subjects. तो इसका फेल होगा 20%, इसका फेल होगा 30%, right? And both fail is 15%. What is the percentage of the students who failed in only one subject? Why I didn't fill this? Because I didn't know what is asked, failed or passed. So let us say this is a failed student ka Venn diagram. Okay, so this is English total failed is 20%. So this whole circle is 20%, right? Hindi, this is 30%. Now students who failed in both is 15. So this middle is 15%. So out of this 20%, 15% is covered here. So this is 5%, right? Who are failed only in English. And this is 15%, 30 minus 15, who failed only in Hindi. What is the percentage of students who failed in only one subject? 5 plus 15, and that will be 20%. That's our answer, option number B. Extremely simple question. Let us go to the next one. A father said to his son, "N years back, I was as old as you are now. My present age is 4 times your age in N years back. If the sum of the present ages of the father and son is 130, what is the difference of their ages?" Now see, this is very difficult to solve without putting an algebraic equation. If you do not want to do that, then you don't have a choice but to check with options. If you check with options, and so basically what you have to do is that father plus son is equal to 130 years. They have asked what is the difference. So father minus son is equal to 30 years. Let us say first option. Okay. So double the father of age is equal to 160. So father is equal to 80. Son is equal to, if father is equal to 80, son is equal to 130 minus 80 is 50. Now with this we check the other statement. So father says n years back I was as old as you are now. So son is 50 years. So n years back he was 50 years. So father is today 80 years. N years back he was 50 years. That means n is equal to 80 minus 50, which is 30. Okay. Now next sentence says my present age is 4 times your age n years back. N years back son was 50 minus 30, 20 years. And father's present age is 80 years. So is 80 4 times of 20? Yes, that's why A is the correct answer. But let us say you don't want to follow this and you want to do it by putting an equation. So this is father, this is son. And what it says that n years back I was as old as you are now. So let us say son was x year. This is n years. So father was n years back as old as son who today, right? Now my present age is 4 times your age n years back. So n years back son was x minus n, and father's present age is x plus n, right? And it is said that his present age is 4 times of x minus n. That means this is equal to 4x minus 4n. Okay, so if I take this minus 4 here, n here, I get 5n. If I take x here, I get 3. So x is basically, or rather n is basically 3 by 5x. Now it says that sum of present ages of father and son is 130 years. So present age of father and son is equal to 130. So I get 2x plus n is equal to 130. Now I put value of n into this. So I get 2x plus 3 by 5x is equal to 130. That means I get 10x plus 3x is equal to 650. Right? I moved this and here. So that is 13x is equal to 650. So x is equal to 50. I got son's present age, which is 50. From this I got father's age, or which is 80. So the difference is, so this is little difficult for someone who is not comfortable with algebra, right? But this is straightforward simple algebra. But if you're not comfortable, you don't have a choice but to check with the options. Let us go to the next one. Consider the following. Now see, UPSC has not really asked this kind of question any time in recent past, but it used to ask this kind of questions before 2011-12. So this is might be a surprise. I'm sure that most of the students would know that these two are correct, but I'm not sure how many students actually know that this is also correct, right? The answer to this question is D. All the options are correct. So this tells you that some of these conversions you need to know about it. Let us go to the next one. Interesting question on again number system. 222 raised to 333 plus 333 raised to 222 is divisible by which of the following numbers? Now from PYQs, I have solved all PYQs in marathon session. In that session, I have clearly said that this 37, you need to remember this, okay, because there are multiple questions across exams. Even state PCS have been asked on this particular number 36. Okay, now let us do this. 333 plus 333 to 2. Now it's we have to find the divisibility of this by 2, 3 and 37. Okay, now we know that this number is divisible by 2, that is for sure. Now see this. Okay, the unit digit of this is 3, or basically this is an odd number, right? An odd number, irrespective of what is the power of an odd number, this will remain odd number. That means this won't be divisible by 2 at all. Okay, so that means this entire number won't be divisible by 2 at all, because this part is not divisible by 2. This part is divisible by 2. Now if I look at the answer, then I see that 2 is a part of 3 different options. Here I can see 2, here I can see 2, and here I can see 2. That means my correct answer is B. I will mark this and move forward. I will not think much. Okay, but because we are not in the exam, let us solve the rest of the part so that you understand. Now let us check with 3 and 37. So let me rewrite this. So we know this is 111 into 2 plus 111 2. So this number is divisible by both 3 and 37. 111, sum of the digits is 3, so divisible by 3. And 37, as I said, 37 3s are 111. So both these numbers are divisible by both 3 and 37. That means this entire number is divisible by both 3 and 37. That's how you get option number B as your answer. Let us go to the next one. What percentage of water must be mixed with honey so as to gain 20% by selling the mixture at the cost price of honey? Let us say it is 100 liters of honey, which is costing 100 rupees. That means rate or cost rate is basically 1 rupees per liter. Now he wants to sell the honey at 1 rupees per liter, but gain 20% as profit. So how much water should be mixed in this, right? Now to gain his cost price, total cost is 100 rupees. So he has to earn 120 rupees. To earn this 120 rupees, he has to sell to keep same cost rate, right? Because he has to keep the same cost rate. He has to sell 120 liter of honey. That means he has to add 20 liters of water. On base of what? 100 liter of honey, that is 20%. Extremely simple calculation. Let us go to the next one. What is the rightmost digit preceding the zeros in the value of 30 raised to 30? What is 30 raised to 30? This is 10 raised to 30 into 3 raised to 30. All these are going to be 0, 0, zeros. And this is going to be 1. That means we can ignore this part to find the unit digit. See, basically it is saying that 30 ones are 30 raised to 1, 30. 30 square is equal to 900. 30 cube is equal to 2700. So it is asking you to ignore 27,000. It is asking you to ignore these zeros and say what is this digit. Now if you carefully observe this, this is following the pattern of 3 raised to 1, 3 square and 3 raised to 3 cube, right? Which is 3, 9 and 27 if you really ignore the zeros. That means this boils down to this question, that what is the unit digit as 3 raised to 30. Now we know that for this we have to divide 30 by 4. We get remainder of 2, and for remainder of 2 I get 9. That's my answer, option number D. Not going to explain this. I have explained this enough in multiple videos. Let us go to the next one. 421 and 427 when divided by same number, leave the remainder of 1. How many numbers can be used as the divisor in order to get the same remainder 1? So basically you have to find the common factors between 421 and 427. To have the Reminder 1, you have to find the common factor between 420 and 426. If you really factorize this, then this is 210 into 2. So right, if you factorize this, then this is 2 into 213 is right. So the only common factors that I get is 2 into 3 in both the numbers, which is 6. This number can be divided by 2, 3 and 6 to get the remainder 1, because this is the highest number, that such number that will give the remainder of 1. So there is a concept of the difference also, which is HCF. Okay, but I am not really, I'm keeping it simple, right? I am just factorizing it, finding the HCF, if you do not know this. But it is not, the answer is not A, because that's not the only number. Okay, you have to take factors of 6 and individual factors of 6 also, because both these are odd numbers. So if you divide by 2, it will give remainder of 1. Similarly, both are divisible by 3, both are divisible by 6 also. Okay, so the answer to this question is actually C. Let us go to the next one. A can X contains 399 liters of petrol and a can Y contains 532 liters of diesel. Then it says that they are to be bottled in bottles of equal size so that whole of petrol and diesel would be separately bottled. Basically, it is saying that, this entire quantity is to be bottled in one particular bottle, which should consume, the bottle capacity in terms of liter is an integer. How many different bottle sizes are possible? To understand the question, this is the bottle. When I pack this 399 liters in this bottle, this entire petrol should be finished. And with same bottle, when I pack diesel, this entire 532 liter is finished. Same bottle. Okay. So how many different sizes of bottles are possible? So it is not saying that what is the biggest bottle that you can use or anything like that. It says how many different sizes. So this again boils down to finding the HCF, right, and taking its factors, because if you take HCF of these two numbers, it will give you a common size which can completely divide this and this, right? I mean this number and this number. That is the highest number that you will get if you find the HCF. But then you can use a smaller bottle than this. So whatever is the factor of that HCF will also divide these two numbers completely. So let me solve this, right? This is 399 and this is 532. So this is 3 into 133 is 3 into 19 by 7. This is 2 into 266. Correct, no? 2 into 266, correct. Which is 2 into 133 is 2 to 19 by 7. I can see HCF is 19 by 7 is 130. So if I take a 133 liter bottle, right, then in 3 bottles I can consume this, and in 4 bottles I can consume this entire quantity. But because 133 is divisible by 19 also and 7 also, I can take 19 liter bottle, I can take 7 liter bottle and still consume this entire quantity of 399 and 532 with these bottles, right? And of course I cannot forget 1 liter bottle, right? So entire liter can be consumed by using 1 liter bottle or 7 liter or 19 liter, all 133 liter. These are the 4 sizes I get. That's why my answer to this question is B. Let us go to the next one. Consider the following statements in respect of sum x is equal to x plus y plus z, where x, y, z are distinct prime numbers, each less than 10. Which of the statements given above are correct? The unit digit of s can be 0, s can be 9 and 5. So, we have a very limited choices. Basically, if you say prime numbers less than 10, then we have 2, 3, 5 and 7, right? And then it says, this x plus y plus z is equal to s. So it says that the unit digit of s can be 0. So basically out of these 4 numbers, which is 2, 3, 5 and 7, can I add any 3 numbers to get 10, 20 or something like that? Yes, I can clearly see that 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 5 is 10. So it can be 0. The unit digit of s can be 9. Can I get 9? 7 plus 2, 9, but then I don't have a value for third number. Then 7, 5, 12, 7, 3, 10. So 7 is out of question. And then rest 3, I know that they are basically 10, not 9. Okay. Then 3 plus 2, 5 plus 7. So I am not able to get 9 anywhere. So the second statement is wrong. The unit digit of s can be 5. Yes, if I add this and this, then I get 8 plus 7, which is 15. So the third statement is correct, right? So see, I mean, this is only a matter of adding single digit numbers, right? If you know what are those prime numbers, then this is extremely easy question, because ये 2, 3, 5 से का addition करना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं. So statement 1 and 3 are correct. And number C, that's your answer. Let's go to the next one. What is the least possible number of cuts required to cut a cube into 64 identical pieces? Now, this is a very simple. I'm sure that if all of you have solved Rubik's Cube question, only difference is they have not asked any coloring or anything like that. They have asked, cutting thing, right? So we know that this is 4 into 4 into 4. So this is basically, you have to take the cuts like I am showing. Right, so this had 64 pieces. To cut this cube into these 64 pieces, I have to take 3 cuts like this. When I take the 3 cuts like this, I get 1, 2, 3 and 4 slices, right? Then I take 3 cuts like this. So each slice I am further cutting into 4 pieces. So I get 4 into 4. Then I take these 3 cuts, right? So each of those long pieces like this that I get, I am taking 3 cuts like this. This will give me 60. The answer to this question is 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 cuts for B. Let's go to the next one. See, this is another example of how simple, single digit sum subtraction they have asked in this paper. In this expression, 5 star, 4 star, 3 star, 2 star, 1 star is chosen from plus, minus and multiply each at most 2 times. So maximum 2 times you have to use this. What is the smallest non-negative value of expression? So smallest non-negative value of expression, I can immediately see in options that it is 3210. That means I have to try if I can get 0, right? Because that is the smallest. So immediately I can see that if I add these two numbers and subtract from each other, then I get 0, and I have 1 here. That means to keep these 2, I can put multiply here, because according to BODMAS, I have to do this first, so this 1 will get eliminated. What I would do is 5 minus 3 minus 3 plus 2 into 1. Okay, that will be 0. Extremely simple question, option number D. A certain number of men can complete a piece of work in 6k days, where k is a natural number. By what percent should the number of men be increased so that the work can be completed in 5k days? Because you want to find this percentage increase, you can assume some number. So your total work is 60k, right? To get the 60k work done by 5k people, you need 12 people. 60k by 5k, k cancel, 12. 10 to 12 is 20% increase. That is C. Let us go to the next one. X, Y and Z can complete a piece of work individually in 6 hours, 8 hours and 8 hours respectively. However, only one person at a time can work in each hour and nobody can work for 2 consecutive hours. All are engaged to finish the work. What is the minimum amount of time that they will take to finish the work? In 2023, I think there was this question where they were working for one day and alternate day, right? It is a very similar question. So I have X, Y, Z. This guy 6 hours, 8 hours, 8 to finish the entire work, right? Because I have to find minimum time, I will give maximum work to X because he is fastest among them all. So let us take the LCM of this as per our time and work concept. So the LCM of this is 24 hours, right? So let us say it is a 24 hours of work. Total time is 24 hours of work. So this guy X, Y and Z. So X, if it is a 24 hours of work, he completes in 6 hours, not hours, 24 chairs. Okay. They have to manufacture 24 chairs. He finished in 6 hours. So his productivity is 4 chairs per hour. Y is 3 chairs per hour. And Z is also 3 chairs per hour. Right? Now you want to manufacture 24 chairs. Because you want to do it in minimum time, you will start with X, then Y, then X, then Y, or then Z rather, because I want to engage all three of them. Then X and then Y again. So 4, 4, 4, 12 plus 3, 9. 21 hours is complete. 21 chairs are complete. I have to do 3 more chairs. So obviously again I will put X. X does 4 chairs in hour. So he will do 3 chairs in 3 by 4 hours, which is 45 minutes. So this is my first hour, second hour, third hour, fourth hour, fifth hour, sixth hour. 6 hours plus this 45 minutes, and that's my answer, option C. Let us go to the next one. How many consecutive zeros are there at the end of the integer obtained in 1 square into 2 raised to 4 into 3 raised to 6 into 4 raised to 8 into 5 raised to 10 into 25 raised to 50. When will you get the zeros? You will get the zeros when the unit digit of this number is 0, or then it is combination of 5 into 2, right? We have solved multiple questions like this. So let us find out in this series what happens. In this series I get, let me find 5's first. So I get 5 into 10 to 10 into 20 to 15 into 30, 20 into 40 into 25. 25 into 50 is 5 into 5 into 50. I get 2 5's here, right? So I can write it as 5 square into 50. That is 5 into 100. So instead of 25 into 50, I write 5 into 100. So I get 100 40, 140, 170, 190. So I get 205s. Do I get, so these are direct zeros, right? I don't have to worry about them. For each of these 5, do I get enough 2s? So this is 100, 130, 140. So do I have 142s? I have 2s here, 2 raised to 4 and 12 raised to 24, right? Now in 24, 48, and I can get it 2s at many places, right? So I can get 2 into 18, that is 2 into 9, right? This is 36. Similarly, I can get 2 into 7 is 14, 28. Then I get 2 into 11 is 22. So I can see that I get 142s in this. So because I got 205s, the at the end of this particular equation, I will get 200 zero. That's my answer, option number D. Okay. Now understand this. Even if you miss this point that you didn't realize that this is 5 into 5, and you simply calculate 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, you will get 150. Now see, UPSC has not given 150 as option, correct? So you know that anyway it is 150 minimum I am getting, so you will mark 200 and move it, right? Because you know that 150 is sure shot there and I'm not able to get another 50, but they must be there because option is 200 and not 150. So that's why I say that the options are really easy this time. Let us go to the next one. On January 1st, 23, a person saved 1 rupee. On January 2nd, he saved 2 more than that on the previous day. That is 3 rupees. On January 3rd, he saved 2 more than on the previous day. That is 5 rupees. And so on. At the end of which date was his total saving a perfect square as well as a perfect cube? So you can immediately see that this is increasing by 2, right? So it will continue to increase like this. Okay. And the date will continue to increase like this. Now the question is total saving at the end of which date was his total savings a perfect square as well as perfect cube? So because this is starting from 1, the first perfect square and perfect cube is 64. This is 8 square and 4 cube, right? So basically I have to keep on adding this and see on which date I get 64. So 3 plus 1 is 4, 5, 9 plus 7, 16 plus 9, 25 plus 10, 36, 49, 64. Here 8th January, that's option B answer. Let us go to the next one. The question is given followed by two statements 1 and 2. Consider the question and the statements. Age of each of P and Q is less than 100 years but more than 10 years. That means P and Q are basically between 10 and 19. Okay? Or rather 11 and 19. If you interchange the digits of the age of P, the number represents Q. They are interchangeable digits. That means P is, if you change the digits of P, you will get Q. So this is basically reversal of digit problem. 2 digits because it is number is between 11 and 99. The question is, what is the difference of their ages? The age of P is greater than age of Q. The sum of their ages is 11 by 6 times their difference. See, this is P, this is Q. Let us say this is AB, this is BA. Okay. What is the difference of their ages? So we are basically being asked, what is this number? There is no way we can find this number. So this statement alone is not sufficient, right? The age of P is greater than Q. It doesn't help me. Let us look at second statement. The sum of their ages is 11 by 6 times their difference. So sum of their ages, so I get 10A plus B plus 10B plus A is 11 by 6 times, let us say AB is bigger, so AB minus B. Now AB minus BA is what? AB is 10A plus B minus 10B minus A. This is 10A minus A, 9A minus 9B, that is 9 into A minus B. Okay, this is 10A plus A, which is 11A plus B plus 10B, 11B is equal to 11 by 6 into 9 into A minus B. I cancel 11, then I get A plus B is equal to 9 by 6 into A minus B. This is what? This is 3 and 2. So I get 2A plus 2B is equal to 3A minus 3B. 3B I move here, so I get 5B, and here I get 3A minus 2A is A. So I get A is equal to 5B, right? And I know that these two are basically a number between 1 and 9. Between 1 and 9, what are those two numbers which will satisfy this equation? I can get only one pair, which is 1 is rather 5 is equal to 5 into 1. Because B is, I want unit, I want a single digit here and I have 5 here. So I cannot get B which is anything between, I mean anything more than 1, because the moment I take B as 2, it becomes 10, and then it simply increases with any other digit. So the only possible value of B is 1, right? So only possible value of A is 5. So that means AB is 51 and BA is 15. So only by using second statement I am able to find the difference of their ages, which is 51 minus 15. Itna hua 50, 30, 36. 36 is the difference of ages, which I found only by using second statement. I didn't use the first statement anywhere. Didn't use this statement at all. So the answer to this question is, the question can be answered by using one of the statements alone, but cannot be answered using the other statement alone. Okay, so here either statement alone be hai, but that would be wrong. This will be correct. Let us go to the next one. A main statement is followed by 4 statements labeled P, Q, R, S. Choose the ordered pair of the statements where the first statement implies the second and the two statements are logically consistent with the main statement. Okay, what does the main statement say? Pradeep becomes either a director or a producer. So Pradeep can become either a director or a producer. Okay. Now statement P says Pradeep is a director, Pradeep is a producer, Pradeep is not a director, Pradeep is not a producer. Okay. Select the correct answer. SP only. S is Pradeep is not a producer. For this to remain consistent with main statement, the other statement has to be that Pradeep is a director. The other statement is P, which is Pradeep is a director. Okay. So if Pradeep is not a producer, so see what is said here. The statement where the first statement implies the second. So if Pradeep is not a producer, Pradeep is a director. So this implies statement P, and the two are logically consistent with main statement, which says Pradeep can either be a director or a producer. So this statement is correct, or this option is correct. RQ. R says Pradeep is not a director. That means Pradeep is a producer. And both are consistent with the main statement as well. So this is also correct. That means answer to this question is option number C. Let us go to the next one. If A plus B means A minus B, that means plus is equal to minus. A minus B means A into B, that means minus is equal to multiplication. A into B means A divided by B, that means multiplication is equal to division. And A divided by B means A plus B, that means division is equal to. Then what is the value of 10 plus 30 minus 100 into 50 divided by 25? First we have to only replace the symbols and solve it. So plus is basically minus, minus is multiplication, multiplication is division, and division is plus. We know that this is the rule. First division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Division is 2, multiplication 30 into 2, 60. Then addition, minus 60 plus 25, 10. Right? This is equal to minus 25. Is number D. Let us go to the next one. If P means greater than, Q means less than, R means not greater than. Not greater than means less than or equal to. S means not less than means greater than or equal to. And T means equal. Then consider the following statements. And they have given us two statements where they have used these letters in the middle and ask us, which of these statements are correct. So P means greater than, Q means less than, R means not greater than, that means less than or equal to. S means not less than, that means greater than or equal to. And T means equal. Okay, let me write the first statement. If 2x s is 3y and 3x is equal to 4z, then 9y p is greater than 8z. We have been given these two statements and whether we have to check whether this is correct. Now I can immediately see that I have 8z here. So let me first convert this into 8z. Right, and I have 9y here. So let me convert this into 9y. 6x I got here, also I got 6x. 6 is equal to 8z. I replace it here. So 8z is greater than or equal to 9y. My inference says 9y is greater to 8z. So this is incorrect. Let me try second one. Second one says if x q to y, q is less than. So if x is less than 2y and y rz, r is less than or equal to, then x rz, x is less than or equal to z. Now I have to find relation between x and z. So let me convert, I can see 2y here. So let me convert this into 2z. I am checking this. So I get 2y. So I replace it here. Put this 2y here. So I get x is less than y. And 2y is less than and equal to 2z. So x is less than or equal to z. See, this is 2z. So I know that x is less than 2z for sure. But I don't know whether x is less than z. I cannot conclude that. It can be x can be 3. This can be less than 6. This can be less than 8. So z is equal to 4. X is equal to 3. So here it is less. But then if I take 3 here and take 4 here, see basically this is less than or equal to. So let me try that with equal to. So basically that means x is less than 2z. So x can be 5 and z can be 3. Right? So x is bigger than z but less than 2z. I really cannot conclude this. Okay, it might be or it may not be. So, I cannot conclude any of this. Answer to this question is option number D. Neither one nor two. Let us go to the next one. In a certain code, ABCD is written as 24. See, the moment you see the number, you know that it might be something to do with the position numbers, right? And you can see that 24 is multiplication of these. Then EFGH, that is equal to 1680. So I know, let me validate that. This is 30 and 56. It's 1680. Immediately I got this. Now I have been asked IJKL. So GHIJKL. I have to only multiply this, 4 numbers. This is 110 to 108, which will give me ending with 80, which is 8. I'm not even solving it. Let us go to the next. If a certain code POT is written as ATOP, see, this is like 6th or 7th class Olympiad question. This is not really UPSC CSAT question. The moment you see these letters or words, you immediately realize that, the POT has been reversed here. Then you look at this, you see that trap has been reversed here. First they have added A and then they have reversed it. So how is arena written? So first you add A and then reverse it. ANER. A. Anera. Anera. Option number D. Let us go to the next one. What will come in place of star in the sequence 3, 14, 39, 84 to 58? These numbers are increasing, but might be multiplication, but they are not increasing very fast too, right? So I am going to try. Yeah, I am solving this as if it is an exam. Okay, I am not directly telling you that this is the question and this is the answer. Then there is no point, because in exam how you really think about it is very important, right? So basic we know that we try to see some multiplication. I don't see any multiplication pattern. I don't see any square numbers, cube numbers. I can say little nearby, like this is 1 square plus 2, this is 4 square minus 2, this is 6 square plus 3, this is suddenly 9 square. Now I don't see any pattern in this, right? I'm not going to use this. Let me basically start with the basics. So this is a difference of 11. This is difference of 25. This is difference of 45, right? Now I don't know what is the pattern here, so I see that this is the difference of 14. Now this is the difference of 20. Okay, so here 1125 is increased by 14 and this is increased by 20. So let me try increasing it by 26. So if I add 26 to 45, because there is a gap of 6 here, so I am going to keep a gap of 6 here. So if I add 45 and 26, then I get 71. Then I add this 71 to this 84, I get 155. This is 71. Now what should be the gap here? Here the gap should be of 26, right? So add 71 and let me write it in a neater. Now I will add this 6 and make it 32. Then I will add 32 to this 71, get 103, and I add this 103 to 155, I get 258. Okay, so it is difference of difference. So this is the first level difference, this is second level difference. In second level difference, I am increasing it by 6. So generally you should hit a same number at the bottom if the difference of difference series is applicable here. So the answer to this question is 150. Okay, now there is another pattern in this, but this is the simplest thing that you can quickly identify. Another pattern in this is n plus n square plus n cube. So this is 1 plus 1 plus 1, the first number. Then this is 2 plus 2 square plus 2 cube. So this is 4 and 12 and 2, 14. This is 3 plus 3 square plus 3 cube. So this is 27 plus 9, 36 plus 3, 39. This is 4 plus 4 square plus 4 cube. And it will give you 84. That's why it is 5 plus 5 square plus 5. 5 cube is 125 plus 25, 150 plus 5, 150. Okay. But this is very difficult in my opinion to identify. This is easy to identify. Answer is P. If so, in some code letters P, Q, R, S, T represent numbers 4, 5, 10, 12, 15. It is not known which letter represents which number. Okay, so we don't know that what is P, what is Q, what is R, what is S. If Q minus S is equal to 2S and T is equal to R plus S plus 3, what is the value of P plus R minus T? Okay, so basically we have to find out what are those individual assignments and then solve the last question or last statement, which is P plus R minus T, for which I need to know what are the values of P, R and T. So this tells me that Q is equal to 3S. Okay, now what are the combinations here where I get one number which is 3 times of other number? So I get 4 and 12, I get 5 and 15. So Q and S, I get 12 and 4 or 5 and 15. Okay, now second statement says T is equal to R plus S plus 3. T is equal to R plus S plus 3. So if S is 4, okay, if S is 4, then this is R plus 7. And if S is 5, then this is T is equal to R plus 8. So now I have to find, here 12 and 4 is gone. Okay, in the first scenario 12 and 4 is gone. So if I say 12 and 4 is gone, then I am left with 5, 10 and 15. 5, 10, 15 can I fit into R plus 7 is equal to T? No number in which when I add 7 gives me the third number. Now in second scenario 15 and 5 are gone. So second scenario, you put a circle here, 15 and 5 are gone. I am left with 4, 10 and 12. Is there a number in which when I add 8 gives me another number? Yes. When I add 8 to 4, it gives me 12. So, right, this is the only unique combination. That means I got T is equal to 12, R is equal to 4. This is not possible. I got Q15, S5, T12, R4. That means P is 10. Now what is my question? P plus R minus T. P plus R minus T is, that's my answer, option number B. This is again data sufficiency. What are the unique values of x and y where x, y are distinct natural numbers? X plus y is odd. So x plus y is odd. Individually, I can get multiple combinations of x and y. It is asking me unique values. So this alone is not sufficient. Xy is equal to 12. I get multiple combinations again. I get xy is equal to 12 चाहिए. I get 112. I get 26. Get 3 4. Right? I get 3 combinations. So this alone, statement 2 alone is also not sufficient. Now I combine these two statements. So I got xy is equal to 12. I have only 3 combinations. Now in this I am putting statement 1 which says x by y is odd. Right? I mean, of course, you know, this can be this, this and this. Forget that. Okay. So then x plus x divided by y is odd. X divided by y is the only combination. Okay. So when I use both the statement alone, I could not find out unique values of x and y. But when I combined the two statements, I got x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 2. My answer to this question is C. Need to combine both the statements. This is again a data sufficiency. A certain amount was distributed among x, y and z. Who received the least amount? X received 4/5 of what y and z together received. Y received 2/7 of what x and z together received. We are asked who received the least amount. Now, you know, there is something, if you really immediately notice, this becomes very easier. That here it is said that 4/5 of what y and z received. Okay. And here it is said that 2/7 of what x and z received. So now you can say that 4 and 5, 4 plus 5 is 9, 2 plus 7 is also 9. If you really recognize this immediately, then this becomes a very easy problem. It says that x is equal to 4/5 of y plus z. So this implies that 5x is equal to 4 into y plus z. Okay. But because, you know, 5 plus 4 is 9, it's same in both the statement. This means that x is equal to 4 and y plus z is equal to 5. So this also becomes 4 into 5. This becomes 5 into 4. So both the sides are equal. We get these values, or we assume these values. In the second statement, it says y is equal to 2/7 of x plus z. Okay, so here also, because this total is 9, we assume that y is equal to 2 and x plus z is equal to 7. So we got x is equal to 4, y is equal to 2, and if y is equal to 2, then z is equal to 3 from this equation. So the least amount is received by I. And you can check that. So total amount is how much? 4 and 3, 7 and 2, 9. Right? So y plus z is 5. So x received 4. Okay, so first equation is satisfied. And second equation, x plus z is 7. So y received 2. Second equation is also satisfied. These are the values, and answer to this question is basically when you combine both the statements together, then you can get the answer. See, now if you do not observe this, you can still solve this, but for that you need to be little good in algebra. and I will show you how. Let us say y plus z, like I am looking at the first statement. X received 4/5 of y and z together. So let us say y and z together received 100. So then x received 4/5 of that, which is 80. Second statement says y received 2/7 of what x and z received. Okay, now x we assumed or found out that is 80. So y received 2/7 of 80 plus z. Z is what? Z is 100 minus y. From this equation, so I'm basically replacing the value in second equation with the first equation. Understand that? So this x I brought in here. This z I calculated as 100 minus y from here. Okay, so this is z. This is x. Now I solve this for y. Solve this for y. I get 100 plus 80, 180 minus y into 2. So 7y is equal to 180 into 2 is 360 minus 2y. Right? 7y plus 2y is 9y. So y is equal to 360 by 9 is 40. If y is equal to 40, then from this equation again I get z is equal to 60. So I got x is equal to 80, y is equal to 40, z is equal to 60. Again I got y as a list. Okay, but this is a little algebraic method. If you kind of notice that and solve this is faster, but this is also not very slow. Okay, and you put these values and put in both the equations, you will be easily able to get that both the statements, these values are satisfying. The answer to this question is C. Let us go to the next one. If average marks in a class are 60, then what is the number of students in the class? So average is 60. Okay, so there are some students, let us say here and let us say here. Statement 1, the highest marks in the class are 70 and lowest are 50. So 70 and 50. Okay, let us say that all other students have 60 marks because 70 and 50's average is 60. Right? Let us say all other students have 60 marks. So it doesn't matter, the average will remain 60 even if there are only these two students we consider, or this many students we consider, or these many students we consider. Whatever number, this 60 can be endlessly go here and here. Okay, so the first statement alone is not sufficient. Exclusion of highest and lowest marks from the class does not change the average. So if I remove this 50 and 70, it doesn't change the average, but then it doesn't give me the number of students in any way, right? Because this can be any number of students whose average is 6. So even by both the statements together, I cannot answer my question, simple question on average. Let us go to the next one. There are three distinct prime numbers whose sum is a prime number. So there are three prime numbers whose sum is also a prime number. What are those three numbers? The first statement says their sum is less than 23. Now sum is less than 23 means I have to take 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19 and 23. Okay, so first statement, according to that, the numbers are smaller than 23 because their sum is less than 23. Now, are there three prime numbers here whose sum is less than 23? So understand that, right? I cannot consider 2 anywhere because there are three numbers. Prime numbers are all odd. When I add those two numbers, it will become even. If I add even to 2, then it will become even and it will not be a prime number. So I will not consider 2. Now this is 5, 3, 8, 7, 15, 5, 3, 8, 11, 19. Okay, I got 5, 3, 8 plus 11 is equal to 19. Correct now? 5, 3, 8 plus 11, 19. Okay. Then 5, 3, 8 plus 13 21, no, khatam. Then 5 7 12 plus 11. Okay, I have 5 plus 7 plus 11, which is 23, but this is not less than 20. This is not valid for me. Then 11 7 19, 19 plus 5 25, 19 plus 3 22, nothing. So I get this unique combination from first statement. So this is sufficient to answer the question. Statement 1 is good enough. What is statement 2? One of the numbers is 5. Okay, so one of the numbers is 5. If I don't know that their sum is less than 23, then I can take any three prime numbers. So I already got one, 5 7 11 23. This is 1, and maybe I can take 5 plus 11 plus 13, right? This is 29. I got another pair, then I can take 5 plus 11 16 plus 23 is 39. Okay, I got one, and I'm sure that you will get many, right, as you move forward, because there is no limit to this. So if 1 as a prime, I mean 5 as one prime number, you will get multiple such. So you won't be able to find unique value. That's why statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Statement 1 alone is sufficient. I did not take help of statement 2 while finding this 5 3 11 combination. The answer to this question is A. The question can be answered by using one statement but cannot be answered using the other. Next. Is x plus y an integer? Okay. 2x plus y is integer and x plus 2y is an integer. So see this. If I take x and y as 1 and 2, then 2x plus y is 4, right? And x plus 2y 5. Okay, so both are integers. So when I take x and y as integers, 2x plus y are integers, right? But if I'm solving other way around, so I'm taking x and y ka values and putting it in 2x plus y to make them integer. Okay, because it is easier for me to do that. Now if I take x is equal to 1 by 2 and y is equal to 2, then 2x is 1 plus 2, 3, and x plus 2y, x plus 2y becomes 4.5. So see this, 2x plus y, here it is integer, so I got x plus y integer. Here it is integer, but I got x and y as x plus y as not integer, right? Because x plus y is basically here in this scenario, it is 2.5. So this is not an integer. So I can have 2x plus y as integer both, and then I can have x plus y as either integer or fraction, right? So I cannot answer the statement based on statement 1. Now instead of taking x as half, if I take y as half, then x plus 2y scenario will be same. So I cannot answer question using statement 2 alone also. So basically answer to this question is D, that the question cannot be answered even by using both the statements together. Let us go to the next one. A person buys 3 articles PQR for rupees 50. The price of article Q is 16, which is the least. So 16 is the smallest value. Okay. What is the price of article P? So we have been asked what is the price of article P. Statement 1. The cost of P is not more than that of R. The cost of P is not more than means it is less than cost of R. Now it can be anything, right? It can be any value. So if we basically remove this value of 16, which is price of article Q, from this total of 50, you get 34, right? So basically P plus R is equal to 34. Now P is less than R. There can be numerous any values. So I cannot find the price of article P only based on 1. The cost of R is not more than P. Also there can be multiple values, right? So statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Now when I merge 2, the cost of P is not more than R. Okay, it is more than, not more than R means equal to or less than R. And R is less than or equal to P when I merge both the statements. That means P has to be equal to R, right? So if P and R are same, then I get the unique values, which is 70. I get article value as rupees 17. Then I use both the statement together, but cannot be answered using either statement alone. C user answer. Let us go to the next one. PQRS appeared in a test. Has P scored more than Q? The sum of marks scored by P and Q is equal to the sum of marks scored by R and S. First statement. Second statement says the sum of marks scored by P and S, I'll write it here, is more than the sum of marks scored by Q and R. Now with this we can't answer if P is greater than Q, right? It can be anything. With this we cannot answer because when P is greater than Q, R is smaller than S. When P is smaller than Q, S is greater than R. Okay, so either way we can play with the numbers and we cannot answer this question only on statement 1. Sorry, statement 2 and statement 1 alone are not sufficient. Let us try with both the statements together. So let me take P is equal to R plus S minus Q, and Q is equal to R plus S minus P, R is equal to P plus Q minus S, and S is equal to P plus Q minus R. Okay, so whatever I get from these four values, I replace in this and try. So P is equal to R plus S minus Q. R plus S minus Q plus S is greater than Q plus R. So this is R gone and we get 2S is greater than 2Q. So S is greater than Q. Then let me put Q's value. So P plus S is greater than R plus S minus P plus R. So I get S is gone. I get P is greater than, other 2P is greater than 2. P is greater than R. Okay, then I put value of R. So P plus S is greater than Q plus P plus Q minus S. This PP gone. 2S is greater than 2Q. I get the same thing. And when I put S value, then P plus Q minus R is then Q. This QQ gone. 2P is greater than 2R. P is greater than R. It's same as. Basically, even if I replace everything, I am not able to get the relationship between P and Q. So the answer to this question is D. Question cannot be answered even by using both the. This is a simple question. 32 raised to 5 plus 2 raised to 27. So I immediately realize this is 2 raised to 5 plus 2 raised to 27. This is 2 raised to 25 plus 2 raised to 27. I get 2 raised to 25 common, because basically 2 raised to 27 is 2 raised to 25 into 2 raised to 5, 2 raised to 2, right? I get this 2 raised to 25 common. When I take it common, then this is 1 plus, so this is 4. So that's why this is 2 raised to 25 into 5. So this number is basically this number. Okay, now we have to see if this number is divisible by what? Divisible by 10, because here we have 2, here we have 5. At the end of this, you'll certainly get a 0. That's why answer to this question is C, divisible by 10. Let P and Q be positive integers satisfying P less than Q and P plus Q is equal to K. What is the smallest value of K that does not determine P and Q uniquely? So we have to identify smallest value of K which does not determine P and Q uniquely. That means you should get multiple options for sum of P and Q when the value of K remains constant. Okay, and P is less than Q. These are positive integers. So I can take combination of 1, 2, 1, 3, right, 1, 4. So if I get 1 plus 2, K is equal to 3. Then I don't get any other option, right? So it cannot be anything different than 1 plus 2. It has to be only 1 plus 2. Now when I take K is equal to 4, I get 1 plus 3 and I don't get anything else. I get 2 plus 2, but then they are, P and Q are not different. So I cannot use this. So I get unique combination of P and Q here, right? When I take this as 5, K as 5, I get 1 plus 4, I get 2 plus 3. So this is one combination, this is another combination. So the smallest value of K which gives me multiple combinations of values of for P and Q is 5. That's your answer, option number C, 5. Let us go to the next one. A person walks 100 meters straight from his house, turns left and walks 100 meters. Again turns left and walk 300 meters. So right, and total 300 meter. Again turns left and walks 300. Then turns right. So he is facing this side. When he turns right, he will go this side, right? And walks 100 meters. This is another 100. Reaches office. This is office. In which direction does he walk initially from his house? If his office is exactly northeast, so in direction this is northeast. But we have landed here because his home is here. So this is the direction. So here, he has landed in southwest. We want northeast, right? So if he goes north, he is landing in southwest. So if he goes south, he will land in northeast. That is one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it, see this. So this is north, this is east, this is south, this is west, right? So this direction, if I have to walk in this direction, on my right hand side is east, left hand side is north. So if I am walking in this direction, I am turning this and saying that my right hand side is east. So this is east, right? And this is north for me. So this is south for me. This is west for me, right? And I walked initially in this direction. So I walked in direction of south. So that is another way of looking at it. Answer to this question is C. A person walks 100 meter westwards, then turns left and walks 100 meter. He then takes 225 turn clockwise. So now he is facing this direction. So he will take clockwise turn of 225 degrees. This is 180-degree turn. And this is another 45 degree. Right? In which direction is he walking? His direction is, he is walking in this direction, which is northeast. India is world's largest producer of milk. That is the statement. India is world's largest exporter of milk. Not necessarily, nothing can be concluded, right? It is largest producer, but all of that milk can be consumed within India itself and may not export it. India does not import milk. No, this is also not can be concluded. We cannot conclude that just because we are world's largest producer, whatever we produce is sufficient for us. We still may have to import the milk. So none of this conclusion follows from the given statement. What are values of m and n, where m and n are natural numbers? Okay, that's the question. M plus n is greater than mn. Now think of this. If the sum has to be bigger than the multiplication, okay, and they are all natural numbers, that means they are all positive numbers. If the sum has to be bigger than the multiplication, one of these has to be 1. So look at it. 1 plus 2 is greater than 2, and 2 is equal to 1 into 2. 1 plus 3 is greater than 3, right? Now the moment instead of 1 you take any other number, then everything falters, right? So then 2 into 2 becomes 4 and 3 is not greater than 4, or 3 into 2 becomes 6 and 4 is not greater than 6. So one number has to be 1, right? And then you can apply to anything here. Okay, so one thing is sure, that one of this is 1. Let us say m is 1. But what are the values of f and m and n? I don't know. One value I got is 1, but another value I have multiple options. So with this one alone, I cannot answer this question, right? The product of m and n is 24. This is second statement. So I get combination of 124, 212, 38, 64, 7, 8. Yeah, these are the only 4 combinations. But I still have 4 combinations. The second statement alone is not sufficient to tell me what is m and n's unique value. Now let me combine this, right? When I say m plus n is greater than mn, this satisfies it. M plus n greater than mn, other 3 do not satisfy, right? 11 is not greater than 24. 10 is not greater than 24, or 14 is not greater than 24, but 25 is greater than 20. So when I combine the two statements, I can say that values of m and n are 1 and 20. So answer to this question is C, by combining both the statements. What is the time required to download the software? First statement says size of the software is 12 megabytes, right? But I don't know at what speed it will download, so this alone is not sufficient. Second says the transfer rate is 2.4 kilobytes per second. So here I know the speed, but I don't know the size of the software, so I don't know how many KBs I have to download. So alone both of them cannot answer the question, but when I combine them, then I get the time will be equal to 12 megabytes divided by 2.4 kbp, right? So this will give me the time. Answer to this question is C, the simplest one. What is the number of files used in numbering a 260 page book? 1 to 100, 101 to 200, 201 to 2. We have to find number of 5s, unit, tens, hundreds. You solve this multiple time. We know in 1 to 100 there are basically 5, 15, like 95. So these 10 numbers, and 52, 59 is 10. So in unit, here you get 10, in here you get 10, here also 10, 10, and here 205, 2015 to 255. These are 6 numbers, and 252, 259, these will be 10 numbers. So total, that's your answer, option number B. What is the sum of first 28 terms in the following sequence? Now it is important to identify what this sequence is, right? So it says 1, this is 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3. But everywhere you see, this is basically increasing. So it is 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is directly asking first of first 28 terms. So there are 3 things we need to do. First, identify the pattern, which we did. Second is we have to see when will we get, right? I'm not writing this pattern in the way, I'm just writing it this. When will we get the 28 terms in this? So here I got 1, 3, 3, 3, 6, 10, 15. 15 plus 6, 21. 21 plus 7, 28. So here I got 28 terms. Now I have to add all these numbers. So this is what? This is sigma 7, which is 7 into 8 by 2. This is 28. And this is sigma 6, which is 21. This is sigma 5, which is 5 into 6, 30, 15. This is sigma 4. This is 4 into 5 divided by 2. And then this is 6. This is 3. This is 1. When I add all these numbers, I get 3 plus 4, 6, 10, 10, 20, 30, 35, 35, 36, 56 plus 28. That's my answer, option number B. Next. Person buys 3 article PQR for 3330. If P costs 25% more than R, so this is 25% more, and R costs 20% more than Q. So this is 20%. Let me assume this as 100. So when I assume this as 100, I get this as 125, or no, let me not take it as 100. Let me take Q as 100. So this becomes 120. On this 25, so 25% of 120 is basically 30. So I add 30 to this, I get 150. Okay. So it says that the sum of this price of these articles is 3330. But in my world, these are the prices. So this is the sum of these prices is 100, 100, 100, 300, 70. Okay. But the real sum is 3330. I have to see how many times of 370 is 3330, and I have to increase the price of these 3 by that multiplying factor. So I have to do, see here again 37 division aa gaya. So I know that this is 111 into 3. So I know that this is 3 into 3, 9. So I have to increase this by 9. I want cost of P only. So 150 into 9, 1350. That's my answer, option number D. Let us go to the next one. The sum of the 2-digit numbers AB and CD is the 3-digit number 1CE. Where the letters ABCD denote distinct digits, then what is the value of A? Now look at this. Okay, for here to be 1, I know that A plus C have to be greater than 10. Okay, and I also know that in A plus C, the unit digit should be C. When I take 11, this is 10 plus 1. When I take 12, this is 10 plus 2. For this to be, because this is 10, so basically I want A to be 10, right? When A is equal to 10, then A plus C is equal to greater than 10, and then 10 plus 3 is equal to 13, where I get unit digit as 3. Whatever is the value of A, it has to be 10, but A is a single digit number, so it cannot be 10. That means that there has to be one carry. There has to be one carry which should come here, so that A plus this carry becomes 10. In this 10, I add any single digit, it will give me same digit here. That means A has to be 9. There cannot be any other value of A. Only when A is 9, this A plus this carry. By the way, this carry will maximum be 1, because the maximum values I can take here is 9 and 8. Carry can be only 1, it cannot be 2. So 1 and A together has to become 10. In this 10, I add any C, I get 1C. Okay, and that's why value of A is 9. That's your answer, option number A. Three numbers x, y, z are selected from the set of first 7 natural numbers such that x is greater than 2y is greater than 3z. How many such distinct triplets are possible? Now, these are the only numbers I can select. Okay. Now, I immediately observed that this 2i has to be an even number. So, it can be either 2 or 4 or 6. Right. Now, for this 2 is only bigger than 1 in this. Right. 2 is only bigger than 1, but here I want 3z. And z minimum value I can take is 1. So, the minimum value that is here is 3. It cannot be 1. So, this 2 I cannot take as a value of 2i. So, I have only two options, 4 and 6. Right. In this 4 and 6, if 3z has to be smaller than 4, then z has to be only 1. Right. Here also it has to be only 1, because it cannot be 6 cannot be greater than 6. So this is only 1. Right. And that means x can only be 7 here, and x can be, in this combination, x can be 5, 6 or 7. Okay. So the triplets I get is 7 for, no, y and z. Y is 7. So 7 to 1, right? 6 to 1 and 5 to 1. And here I get 7, 3, 1. Because this is 2y. Okay, so y has to be half of this. Here z is 1 and here x is single. Yeah. So these are the 4 triplets I get. That's my answer, option number D. Let us go to the next. The total cost of 4 oranges, let me call R, otherwise you'll confuse it with 0, plus 6 mangoes plus 8 apples is equal to twice the total cost of 1 orange plus 2 mangoes plus 5 apples. Consider the following statements. So let me first simplify this. So this is equal to 2r plus 4m plus 10a. That means 4r minus 2r is 2r plus 6m minus 4m is 2m is equal to 10a minus 8a to a. I get r plus m is equal to a. Now what? The total cost of 3 oranges, 5 mangoes, 9 apples is equal to total cost of 4 oranges, 6 mangoes and 8 apples. Okay, let me simplify this and see. 4r minus 3r is r. 6 mangoes minus 5 mangoes is m. 9 apple minus 8 apple is a. A is equal to r plus m. Okay, so this is consistent with this. So first statement is correct. Second is the total cost of 1 orange and 1 mango is equal to cost of 1 apple. This is directly this statement. Second statement is also correct. Both are correct. See. So that's all for this video. It is a long video, but I wanted to cover it in detail and also sometimes with multiple methods. I will come out with comprehension video tomorrow. So if you're not subscribed to our channel, please do so. We are sharing excellent content on CSAT and geography on a continuous basis. Thanks for watching this. I will see you in the next one.